It's the Savage Nation. We're talking about everything, the way humans actually converse, from Christmas dinner to Chinese food and headaches. Are you always angry? To the size of the you-know-what, to the lack of truth in the news, to the drunk Sam Donaldson having the nerve to get on TV and say, Tea Partiers, it's not your country anymore, it's our country. And this is the same Sam Donaldson who was arrested for a DUI last week. So I don't know whether he was arrested on the way to or from the studio, where he told us that we have no right to want to take the country back to the great days of this country. It's unbelievable to me. It wasn't that the Republicans got defeated because of their love of country. It was because they threw the election by not expressing anything. They stood for nothing. John Boehner, how long have I told you with the pink tie? What does John Boehner stand for? Nothing. He stands for nothing. Nothing. A pallbearer. So if the Republicans stood for something, then the electorate would have said, okay, I have a choice between Obama's high taxes, welfare state, internationalism, loss of national pride, and the party that stands for the opposite, borders, language, culture. But I didn't hear that. Romney never stood for anything. And we learned last weekend that his son said he never wanted to win, which goes back to me telling you that it looked like he was set up as a fall guy by the secret hands that run this country. It's a charade. How many years have I told you? The way the game works is 8 years Repubs, 8 years Dems, 8 years Repubs, 8 years Dems. So I said, I don't care who they run up against Obama, he's going to lose. And they picked a milquetoast candidate who stood for nothing and a man who should never have won. They threw him the election. Then Romney comes out in the 8th round and almost wins by accident. The real Romney stands up and smears the floor, wipes the floor with Obama during debate 1. Looks pointedly together. Obama looks like the teleprompter reader that he is. And Romney suddenly soars. And what does he do the next two? They bring out the worst vermin from the sewer on the network. That creature, Candy Crawley, crawls out of the sewer. And she sets him up and he takes it. And it's Mr. President. He starts referring to Obama as Mr. President. He's debating him, calling him Mr. President. You hear? So the rest is history. I don't want to relive it. I'm telling you what happened. So don't tell me it's because the Republican Party, their belief system, rather, that they lost the election. They have no belief system. If we had another party that stood for something such as borders, language, and culture and could articulate that, they would wipe the floor with the internationalist, socialist Democrat Party, which is destroying this country and everything it ever stood for. Because most minorities come here wanting to be in a country that stands for something. They don't want to be dragged back to the hellhole they ran away from, which is what they see happening. Again, we have loads of callers on the issue of anger, which I cannot get to. I'm angry that I can't get to it. But remember, I'm the only one in talk radio who told you that the election was thrown. And I told it to you a year before it, that it looked to me like he was a fall guy. And I told you that it was 8 years Clinton and 8 years Bush, right? I told you it was going to be 8 years Obama. I told you that. Don't you remember Obama last year gave it away when I'm reelected, if I'm reelected? You don't remember twice? He was told he was going to win. It's the way the game works. So that's the game. Only a nationalist party can save the country. Celebrate it. Create it. Work with your local Tea Party and pray for a real leader. I'll be right back.